haven't gotten in trouble with HR yet for that. So, item number one is the approval of resolution 2024-02 to appropriate CRA redevelopment trust funds in the amount of $3,021,828 through the following fiscal year, which will be fiscal year 2025. In addition, item one proposes the approval of resolution 2024-03 for fiscal year 25 budget with carryover projects and programs from the Redevelopment Trust Fund and direction to the City Council, the Apopka City Council, for approval. The recommended motion is two parts: to approve the CRA resolution number 2024-02 to appropriate CRA redevelopment trust funds to the following fiscal year of 2025, and to approve the CRA resolution number 2024-03 for 2025 budget with carryover projects and programs from the Redevelopment Trust Fund and direction to the City Council for approval. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Well, since we've got a new member on this committee, John Drago, why don't you go ahead and maybe give us a little your background, and then if you, I think we'll probably need to go into a little detail if you don't mind. So, John, why don't you tell us a little bit about you, and then we'll have Bobby go in a little bit more detail on the budget.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. I've been a resident in Apopka since 2001. Currently live out in Rock Springs Ridge. I did do some purgatory by serving 2 years on the HOA board. Hopefully that would get me to heaven. Most of my working career has been local government in the senior management position. I was a city manager in 3 cities. Most recently, I worked in the city of Daytona Beach as a business enterprise management director, which included all of the enterprise funds, totaling more than $100 million. And it's a pleasure to be here and hopefully provide some insight to the CRA and improve its productivity.
Glad to have you on board. Okay, Bobby.
All right. So
one thing, Mayor, before we start.
Sure.
I took the liberty of talking to Mr. Howell, so I got the Reader's Digest version
Yes.
of the documents in front of us. So unless another board members would care to hear more detail, I'm fine with the way it is.
Okay. Well, let's just for the. I mean, we got plenty of time. Just for the record, I think. Yeah.
all right.
Earn your money here.
Okay, you got it. So the first part of it is twofold. By statute, we're required to carry over funds. That's the first resolution, the amount of $3,021,828. And then the second resolution is the total budget for the CRA for the year 2025, $4,471,029. As you'll see on page 4 through 5, there's a breakdown of the budget items, and it kind of goes into some of the stuff we talked about at the budget workshop the last meeting, such as the wayfinding signage. Those have been procured. Those will be in areas within the CRA, primarily on 441 and 436. We have $20,000 for historical recognition programs. The community-oriented policing program within the CRA, that was upped from $100,000 to $125,000 to pay for more hours for the police officers who will be patrolling it. Our annual audit required by the state, that's a state requirement, $5,500. That's been in the previous budgets. Nothing has changed from the previous year. Travel and per diem is for the Florida Redevelopment Association conference. That's for an individual to go to that for 3 hotel nights of food, lodging. And then the programs, there's 7 assistance programs within the CRA. I won't go through each of those, but you can see the dollar amounts for those, such as a renovation assistance program, a business impact fee assistance program, and then a demolition program as well. We have $25,000 for downtown furniture, which includes benches, trash cans, bike racks, and miscellaneous furniture. We have a Redevelopment Association annual membership of $995. The amp boxes on South Central Avenue, which had been presented at the previous years at the CRA to allow electrical infrastructure within the CRA. $50,000 for the downtown park, which is out here outside of City Hall. And then Central Avenue trail portion, and we have the big one, the $3,133,059 for the trail, the downtown Apopka Trail, which phase 1, the bid has been selected. That'll be on the city council agenda tonight. And so that is kind of where we at. That's how we got the $4,471,029.
Okay, any questions for Bobby?
The City Hall downtown park, what area are you talking about here?
It's my understanding it's right outside the city hall here.
Is that the one that the UCF had
Yes, correct,
by on Gingerbread?
correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Anybody else?
Sidewalks. Is this, I know we spoke about this before, for the sidewalks. Where on here is we budgeted for the sidewalks, the additional sidewalks?
That's it's my understanding the sidewalks are included with the trail, the downtown Apopka trail.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's the $3,133,000.
That's the 3,000,000.
That's the three, that's part of the sidewalks.
That's included, yeah, because it's like a 10-foot wide path, so it doubles as a bike trail sidewalk, that type of thing.
But
But the sidewalks, but I want to be clear.
Mhm.
The sidewalks by the downtown Apopka Trail are additional sidewalks in the other areas that I referenced that needed sidewalks in the south side here in Apopka.
Okay, I'm not familiar with
that
that, but I can do
different,
some research.
yes. We had 2 grants, right, CDBG grants, about $1 million between the two of them. That is for the sidewalks in South Apopka. So that's nothing to do with the CRA budget. That's a CDBG
It's a
through
CBD.
the city.
CD. Okay, so we'll see
Yes.
that in the other budget.
Correct.
Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Yes. Any other questions? All right, good enough. All right, well, we look for looking for a motion to approve resolution number 2024-02.
So moved.
Got a motion by Commissioner Velasquez, second by Commissioner Smith. All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries unanimously. And I need a motion for resolution 2024-03.
So moved.
Got a motion by Commissioner Velasquez,
Second.
second by Commissioner Anderson. All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries unanimously. All right, I think, is that it, us, Bobby? Are we?
That is it. We have items 2 and 3, but you've already approved the resolutions. There is no old business to discuss. My understanding that the CRA is supposed to meet on a monthly basis, but I know next month is a budget meeting at 6 p.m. before the city council meeting. So I don't know if you want to have the meeting in October after the budget actually takes effect. We could meet in October.
Why don't we do that? You want to do it in the evening one? We do it.
We could do
Or
the
do you wanna
evening
do
or
it
the
in-
afternoon, whichever
We'll
is
do
the
the
board's
afternoon?
pleasure. Yeah, whatever is
So
the
just-
pleasure of the board.
What would you like to do? Either 1 o'clock on maybe, I don't know how much time, you think 30 minutes is enough, or?
We could start at, depends on what we have to talk about. We could start at 12:30 or 1 o'clock, whichever is the pleasure of the board. So
What are the goals of those meetings?
the goals is to basically function as a CRA, talk about the redevelopment plan projects coming forward and things like that.
So it should be pretty kind of active or kind of, okay.
Yeah.
So it should take a little bit more time to see, kind of get updates of who's applied, who hasn't, what type of approvals we've done,
Yeah.
projects, all that.
Yeah, we can provide list of the grants, or not the grants, but the reimbursements that people have sought from property improvements and things like that, and reports to you, monies that have been spent. We can kind of do a little bit of a dive into the redevelopment plan. I've read that. I'm kind of putting together a list of things that I think have been done, haven't been done. That redevelopment plan was adopted in 2017. Those are things we could discuss as well. There's items in there such as future land use, things that we could talk about, form-based codes for downtown, things like that.
And by then, the construction of the trail would have begun, right?
It depends on how long that would begin, you know. I can defer to Mr. Williams on that about the management of the trail construction and all that, but,
Alright.
so
12:30, 1 o'clock? What's the pleasure of the board?
I would say 12:30, and give it an hour.
Oh, which date is that?
That'll be
let me look.
October.
Oh, is that
October
our first
2nd.
meeting? October 2nd?
Okay, we got a motion by Commissioner.
Is that, excuse me, is that on is October 2nd, the first Thursday of the month?
First Wednesday.
First
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Okay,
Yeah, we meet on the, city council meets on the first and third Wednesdays of the month.
okay.
So at 12:30.
Got a motion by Commissioner Smith to have a CRA, I guess,
Okay.
update on October 2nd at 12:30.
Okay, so moved.
Got a second by Commissioner Velasquez. All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries unanimously. All right.
Thank you very
super.
much.
All right, thanks, Bobby. Appreciate your help on all this.
Absolutely.
All right, we will be back at 7 o'clock.